Hi Capricorn, I want you to know that this channel is made specifically for you. I'm a SeaGoat and I'm here for you, SeaGoat. Okay? Hello, Capricorn. My name is Kristen Simone Hansen and welcome to SeaGoat Secrets. Alright Capricorn, so this is your love and relationships video. And September is a very lucrative month when it comes to love for you. And it's not necessarily to say that things are going to be smooth sailing, but it's more to say that you're going to see tokens in love, these beautiful, blissful moments that you have only been able to dream of up until this point. And that is for all of you based on where it is that you are landing in the love department. So for some of you, it could be that you're healing from love loss. In the month of September, you'll be able to find those moments of progressive movement forward, those tokens of self-love, those moments of feeling blissful and beautiful despite where it is that you are right now. Those are for those of you who would just have recent love loss. For those of you that are single, you are going to be able to see great progression in terms of who you are involved with. So people that you're dating, you're actually like, huh, I like them. You are, and it's, you know, it depends on what you're looking for. So if you're looking to stay single, if you're looking to potentially start something, love of your life, etc. There's a lot of transit energy happening with you guys for the remainder of the year in terms of possibly finding the one that works for you. And it's starting now in September, post the Venus retrograde. So for singles, it could just begin in terms of like seeing people that you realize are closer to what it is that you desire for the long run, or ultimately meeting that person that you get that click, and you know that this is the one that you have been manifesting. Many of you who are single have been manifesting love. You've been in the 5D creating this desirable person that you want the most, and through the Venus retrograde, you've learned yourself, you've looked at the past, you've revisited different versions of yourself, you closed out books, you've stopped looking at past lovers through an idyllic lens, you revisited your family relationships. Many of you are going all through your subconscious minds in terms of love and what it is that you truly want for yourself and what it is that you desire. And in the process, you found so much self-love and self-discovery and grounded yourself so much that now you can meet your manifestations. You're now in that place to be able to do so, which is wonderful. Those of you that are in love relationships, things may have been strained during the Venus retrograde, especially around July. And it feels like you're at a place where, are we ever going to get through this? Can we get past this? Will we have to lead to separation? Will we be able to move forward? And for many of you in relationships that are healthy, you're now going to be seeing the end of that chapter, and a lot of blissful, beautiful moments, also completions of karma. So if you and your partner have been going through a certain karmic cycle, it could have been outside of you as well. It could have been strained finances. It could have been drama with family, friends, etc. Things that had been testing your relationship since could even be the beginning of it finally coming to a close, or even a battle that you have been going through in terms of your health or something along those lines that strained your love life finally coming to a close. So beautiful, beautiful things. And if you are someone that is going through a separation and what you desire is just to end it and have that book just tossed out, September is looking at the end of that, and again, more court proceedings and things like that being able to go in your favor. So it's absolutely wonderful. Let's begin with the month of love, and I call it the month of love for you. So Venus goes direct, which is good, on September 3rd. Lots of movement in love, finally movement in love for you guys. And again, all types of love. So love with the self, love with another, healing in love, etc. Solutions in family matters as well. So this one was a big one for people who are in long-term relationships or married. You're finally seeing the end of whatever strains that could have been taking place with your marriage or your partnership. Kids that were kind of tearing you and your partner apart, different things like that, again, coming to a close. The end of the Venus retrograde is the end of karmic cycles for good for you guys. And all throughout now and the end of October, it ends completely after October, which is the eclipse month. By the end of there, that is when the karmic cycles will be finished, like what I was mentioning in June. Finally being able to be in a place where anything that you thought was never going to end, or cycles that you never saw coming to a completion, finally able to be completely done. And before they finish completely in October, you're going to be seeing a lot of returns on your investments when it comes to relationships. So people that could have not seen you before, appreciated you before, finally being able to appreciate you and want to give to you. There's something about the way you're going to be, it's starting now, especially after Mercury exits retrograde in September, on the 15th. So it's going to start now in September, and it's going to continue to rise and rise and rise slowly, like the way you do up that mountain, and come to its peak in October during the eclipse times. And you're going to start to see that people are seeing you more clearly, and they want to give to you. They want to apologize to you for things that they had done to you. They're seeing your side of the story. They're seeing your glow. They're seeing your light. They're seeing your value. And they want to make sure that you're feeling your best, that you're feeling the love that you once gave to them finally reciprocated back. So weight being removed in love in September. So right now you may not be feeling that. It's like this haunting kind of aftermath of the Venus retrograde, but let time heal it. By the time Mercury exits on the 15th, you're going to be feeling a lot lighter, and that full completion of that weight lift, you're going to definitely feel and see it in the physical by the time the Aries moon transit happens at the end of the month. Anything that made you feel like you were in despair at the beginning of the month is going to completely come full circle and gift to you at the end of the month. The 8th is a great day for love and romance, potentially, so I would put that on your calendar. The 16th is great for love in terms of love surprises, so you could be, these are for the singles, you could be walking somewhere and then boom, someone just piques your interest and you lock eyes and it feels cosmic. For the 24th, potential family conflicts. This is one in particular for those of you who are partnered. It's not to say that the conflicts cannot be resolved, but those conflicts are coming up, again, to bring attention to the things that need to be resolved while this karmic transit is coming to its close. The 30th at the end of the month is looking like a lot of moving. For personal readings that I've done for you guys, many of you guys have been given this viewpoint of moving, like leaving where it is that you are, and then you'll come to me and you'll say like, yeah, I plan to move in October, and there's something about that October time period where there's a lot of movement happening, or a desire to be somewhere else. Jupiter retrograde can bring back past love for healing and closure. So this is really good for those of you who have gone through old heartbreaks, but also recent heartbreaks. Anything that has had the kind of impact on you that really, really hit you, you have the potential of it. It doesn't necessarily mean a reconciliation in terms of the person themselves. It could mean simply you find that thing inside of you that can end it. That can say, I am at peace with this. I understand this. I am okay with this. And I'm ready to completely let it go, which is absolutely beautiful. For some of you, it could actually be a person coming to you and giving you the closure that you always desired from that person. Saying, just the right series of things. It's not to say that it's manipulative, because it's true closure. So whatever it is that may be taking place is the kind of thing that is going to set you free. This month in general, and throughout the month of October, you are going to be receiving a lot of apologies in general. A lot of people are aware of the ways in which they affect you, and whether it be good or bad, they want to give to you. Meaning whether the ways that they affected you were good or bad, they are wanting to give to you. So apologies is not something that's unusual during this time. You may also see apologies before the Mercury goes direct as well, because people coming up from the past is very common during Mercury retrograde, which we all know. So yeah, so you could see it during the Mercury retrograde time, which is random people that have affected your life in various parts of it. Doesn't necessarily have to be one particular person. And then even afterward, bringing forth great closure and completions of chapters. Bringing back old romantic desires. It doesn't necessarily mean they have to be old romantic lovers, but desires as in things that you have always loved, places that you've always liked to go, things that you've always liked to experience. So this could just be a you to you moment in terms of remembering that you really like to see small music shows, and you like to treat yourself with them on a Sunday, or treating yourself to some kind of dessert on a Saturday night, different things like that. It's falling back in love with life, and it could be individually, or it could be experienced with another person or various people, but you are allowing your vulnerability to flower the truth of what it is that you desire the most when it comes to the experience of love itself. Things that during the retrograde you might have felt kind of a little hard, as you've had to survive so much and kind of triumph through so much and push through so much. A lot of your softness could have suffered in the process. And by softness, again, through the masculine lens as well, it's not to say that you are soft in a bad way. I just mean the romantic parts of you could have suffered as you had to go into survival mode. So those things coming up again to be given light and brought back in a more wonderful and authentic way, where you appreciate them now more than you have in the past because of how you've been away from them. Another big thing in terms of those of you who are in relationships, bringing up old things that you guys used to do together. So old dating, places that you used to go, things that you guys used to like. Now that you're out of this chapter, the Venus retrograde chapter, and now things are feeling lighter and they're more healed and you're feeling better and these karmic cycles are ending, it's starting to feel like things between you are so much better, and you want to bring back that honeymoon stage. So very romantic, very pretty in that respect. Great healing in love and mistakes that have been made. Lots and lots of great healing in love. That's the theme for September, healing in love. Whether it be you, whether it be other people coming back and apologizing to you, you are finding lots of closure, and it's going to bring you a lot of peace. Nostalgia, reviving the past, but in really good ways, kind of like what I was saying. So it's bringing back the parts of you that are most beautiful, that remember what it's like to romanticize life and be in love with life again, and to love again, and to trust it. And that is something that's coming up again, which is wonderful, and for good, really, because the storm is over in that respect. For those of you who are single and partnered, lots of dating, lots of really beautiful nights. There's something about September that you're going to remember, and especially when it comes to love. Career as well, but we're going to get into that in another video. But when it comes to love, there's something about September that's going to be memorable for you. And for those of you in relationships, the date nights you're going to have, the things that you're going to do, could be a concert that you're going to put in the back of your minds as, man, when we did that was such a beautiful and blissful moment between us. Those kind of permanent memories can be made during this month. In terms of dating, if you're single, this is a lot of potential for meeting a if not permanent or semi-permanent partner, or just feeling, especially if you went through a recent heartbreak, just feeling so deeply in love with yourself. You're really enjoying your dating life. It could just be enjoying the dates itself and the kind of experiences that you are having. Unfinished business gets settled. So I have been emphasizing that a lot in terms of love and karmic cycles, exes that wounded you. You're finally able to close those chapters, whether it be on your own or whether it be them finally taking accountability. And last but not least, we've got Chiron going on in the 4th house, moving through your 4th house, which reveals itself during the full moon. And there's a lot of great healing when it comes to issues in the home, as well as with the heart. This home is where the heart is. So that is it when it comes to the transits and what is happening in terms of your astrology. Now, my viewpoint of love for September when it comes to, before we get into the reading, is allow yourself to be vulnerable. Now, I know that's really difficult because many of you have gone through a lot when it comes to this, because Venus was moving through your 8th house, and also different transits that have taken place since 2022. A lot has happened to you when it comes to the conversation of love. And for lots of you, there's a lot of trauma there. There's a lot of wounds there, and it feels a little bit like, how can you open up when you feel like you have been beaten up? September is bringing forth the kind of healing that you are going to now feel safe enough to do so. By the time the month ends, you are going to be feeling safe enough to be vulnerable. Not even for anyone else, but simply for yourself. Simply to be able to find romance again in life and the beauty of life itself, which is great. And when you find that within yourself, any love relationship that you have is affected in a very positive light, if that is what's living inside of you, because love itself exists within the self. So that is wonderful. I just want you to go easy on yourself, especially as we are in the beginning of the month, because this may not be how you're feeling right now. This is what you want. It's what you desire. And for some of you, you're worried that you can't have it. You're a little scared that healing is not possible, or finding the partner that works for you is not possible. But as I said, just hold steady. Allow time to show you that it's working for you, okay? Allow time to not be, I guess, something that you're resisting, but take these days, as painful as they might be, to just say to yourself, let me just write down what it is that I desire the most. Let me create a vision board. Let me create a Pinterest board about anything. You know, don't be ashamed or afraid to pinpoint what exactly it is that you desire the most when it comes to the kind of person that you want to be in terms of self-love, or the kind of healing that you want to experience from the past, or the kind of lover that you're looking for. Okay, so allow yourself to go through that and to push those creative energies forward. September is a very creative month. And through your creative energy, you'll be able to manifest what it is that you truly desire. So allow yourself to create. And when things feel slow and stagnant, go toward that space. Go to a literal drawing board and say, this is what I want the most, and holding on to what it is that you desire the most. Allow that to fill whatever spaces are existing within you due to impatience. And I hate to call you impatient because many of you have been waiting for a very long time. So some of you in singles, in terms of love, could have been waiting, 5 years, some 10, in order to find the partner that you truly desire. Okay, so I understand. September is here to finish things and heal you, and it's not an idealistic viewpoint as well, because this is one of the last times, one of the last years of Pluto being in your sign. So it really and truly is the end. Okay, it's the end of an era. All right, so I love you, and we are going to get into the reading. Okay. So Capricorn, a lot of cards came out in terms of the subject itself. We've got the 3 of Cups, the Page of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. So these two came out after. These two came out first, and these two were screaming. We've got breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment for your advice. We've got trusting yourself for your healing point. We've got the sacraments at extreme unction. And for your shadow, we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse with the star. All right. So, Capricorn, in terms of your subject, the strongest point here is we've got the Three of Cups going on with the Page of Cups. So there's a lot of socializing, there's a lot of connecting, a lot of very positive, optimistic, almost idealistic, romantic energy going on when it comes to your love and relationships. Like I said before, this entire spread feels more romantic to me than anything. Obviously, it can also pertain to like family relationships in terms of spending time with people, connecting, things feeling very lighthearted, but this feels much more romantic than anything. So really going back to either romanticizing your life or the romantic self-love relationship you're having, or a romantic relationship you're having with someone else. But there's a lot of socializing, connecting, and idealism, like a soft, gentle love. So whatever is going on in terms of these perspectives, you could also go out and meet someone that gives you this feeling. You're socializing more and connecting more. Any dates, any experiences in love feel very gentle, very starlight, very romantic. Like I'm trying to think of a good analogy, like those sweet August nights, you know, and when it's maybe in the night in the middle of August and it's not too hot, and you share a kiss with someone underneath the stars, something like that. As cliche as that sounds, it's kind of the energy here. A lot of good times, a lot of idealism. So underneath these two wanted to come out. They fell out and screamed. With the Six of Swords in reverse, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And all of this is clarified here by Axe. And so what I see in terms of this entire perspective is there is something about this inability to connect. So where there is so much growth and movement and soft, gentle, trusting, like you don't have to worry about anything when it comes to your love relationships. And no one is out to get you. No one is trying to harm you. No one's trying to use you or hurt you or anything like that. Everything is very, very sweet, very idealistic in that respect. There's a fear going on underneath this. So in the back of your head, you're worried, you're fearful, the past could be impacting you. You're not necessarily wanting to open up. You're not necessarily wanting to unveil yourself, but you're willing to do so. You know that you're in a safe space to do so, but the past is kind of rearing its ugly head, not too loudly, but just in a soft whisper of, can I really trust this? Can I really move toward this? Is this direction I want to go in? I'm ready to not keep all of my cards close to my chest. I'm ready to end the pattern. And I'm ready to stop what has been going on until this point. And for many of you, what has been going on is some kind of abandonment, some kind of fear, some kind of hurt when it comes to your love life. And those things are now changing completely. And you're ready to move forward. You're ready to let go. But there's a little bit of fear here. The good thing as well is you're not necessarily in a space where you have to face any kind of pain or difficulty through this process. It actually is very simple as kind of putting your foot forward. But in the shadow, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So with the star, your lack of hope and faith when it comes to love and what it is that's in front of you is causing you to feel emotionally unavailable. There's a little bit of fear there. You're feeling a little closed off, a little blocked off. For some of you, it could be residual pain, and for others of you it could be as simple as you've been alone for some time, that to open up and to unveil kind of feels a little counterintuitive. Can feel there's not so much fear here, so it's not a major amount of fear or frustration or deep, I'm going to get hurt. It's more like it's been a pattern. It's been a commonality. You're kind of going against what always has been at this point and walking into something with much more ease and grace. There's a lot of ease and grace when it comes to love this month. Your advice here is to trust yourself. But when it comes to this card in particular, it's not necessarily the most optimistic way of trusting yourself. It's a deep sense of internal trust that is saying, despite how it is that you may feel, or despite whatever resistance or lack of hope and faith that you may be facing, you can completely go within and stand within the sense of stoicism that what it is that you're moving toward and what it is that you're experiencing is something that is safe. And you can trust that you are making the right decisions and the people around you are good decisions as well. In terms of your healing point, I'll read it for you. Your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. Stopping the pattern. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. Stopping the pattern. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth, okay? Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move forward toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. So again, you're being required to open yourself up, separate from being in this, this is a Capricorn card, funny enough. And usually it is about knowing when to give and when to take and what to keep to yourself. But in this case, this is a part of what's blocking you. It's time for you to release these pentacles. It's time for you to open up, stop the pattern. What has been existing up until this time of you being in your own loneliness or your own solitude or resisting love, or in other cases, it could just, like I said, there isn't much pain here, but it could also just be whatever has existed for you in terms of the subject of love is no longer, which makes perfect sense with Venus now out of retrograde in your 8th house. You are in the good karma stage of this time period. So if you spent that retrograde healing, and for my collective looking at this makes it very clear and very loud that you have spent that retrograde healing and you are now ready. But it's not just about new people coming into your life, because obviously we see this here with the Three of, can you see that? Oh, it's not even on the, obviously we see that here with this Three of Cups, clarified and backed up by this beautiful idealistic Page of Cups. So there are new people coming into your life. There is this socializing that's happening. But at the same time, it is requiring you to let go. You have to trust. You have to break the pattern, because there can be a bunch of people around you, but if you're not open up to it or opening yourself in terms of this new beginning, then you can't experience it. There's a gentle lightheartedness about this Page of Cups, and it's supporting everything when it comes to this new connection, these new connections that you're forming, and this socializing, this delicate new experience that you're walking into, whether it be with one other person or whether it be with numerous people. Your social life has shifted, the energy has shifted, the karma has shifted, and it's for you to walk into it. You need to let go of what has been in order to create the new life for yourself, but you have to do it, and you do so by trusting yourself. Even in the way you see that these two cards lay out, here you are beaming into the inner you, beaming light into the outer you, from the heart into the mind, staring directly back at you. Let this trusting energy, let this powerful, bright energy that is ready to let go of what has been, support this person internally. You know that you are ready to move forward. You know it's time for you to let go and to open yourself to a new pattern. You have to let go of this Queen of Cups in reverse energy. You are safe. You're absolutely safe. You can have full faith in what it is that you're experiencing, because it's time to stop the pattern of hurt, pain, and difficulty, things not working out, or it could just be, again, loneliness, isolation. It's ending. You are now in a space where you need to release, breathe deep, and let in the new beginning. And it's gentle. It's so pretty. It's very soft. It's very divine timing has been a big thing for you guys for a long time. And I know it can cause a lot of frustrations in terms of patience. I know it tests my patience as well. But one of the big beauties of divine timing and Saturn energy in general, when it comes to time, is change is inevitable. But there's a gentleness that tends to happen when you're given a slow movement forward. So when the wheel turns, and although in the moment you might have wanted it to turn very quickly, there's a certain grace that you're given in terms of being able to transform yourself at such a great degree by just moving slowly into the new beginning. And you've been doing that for such a long period of time. You can let go. And it's a very gentle, new, trusting beginning. So it's not like something that's just going to, especially if you're looking for new love, it's not like something that's just going to punch you in the face, like here's this new person and you're dealing with this residual weight of the past. No, it's a gentle, sweet. You can run into someone who can feel you on such a deep level that they're not trying to force themselves into your life. They're not trying to make things happen sooner than what you're comfortable with. This gentle new start in love and relationships and connections. It's soft, it's good, and it's right in divine alignment for what it is that you need it for. You're going to have fun. A good time. A good, easy, simple time. You just have to open up to it. You have to open up for it. It's time to let go of the past completely. Break the pattern. Stop it. Okay, so that's what I have for you in terms of love. Hi, Capricorn. I just wanted to put in a little snippet of something. But lately I've been listening to Confessa a lot, and I'm doing my own project with this song. But for me, even though the song itself, for those of you that know it, it's an Italian song. The song itself is obviously his pain due to the infidelity of the woman that he loves. But for me, it actually is much more liberating because the way in which he no longer recognizes her or feels like their love is shared anymore, feeling like she's changed and she's someone different, I actually find to be quite liberating in terms of not infidelity, but through those women who have gone through pain themselves, meaning their partners were maybe unfaithful or did things to hurt them, and the relationship may have ended. But for the women who have moved forward and made themselves someone different and better and more in alignment with who it is that they want to be, the song is quite liberating in that sense because it's almost like we give meaning to everything. And I think for me, the viewpoint is almost like a lover who is guilty, kind of singing how much he misses what once existed between the two. So for those of you who want to listen to it, and if that's not your case, and if you were someone who has experienced infidelity and want a song that speaks to the pain of that experience, then of course listen to it as well. I will link it in the bio below. Okay. I love you. Ciao.